the spot. You know, I've done a bunch of different speeches. You know, and the last few, you know, you get the screen up there, and we're running pictures, and it may or may not work, and it's just so I've did something different this time. I've gone to the handout speech. So I have some handouts, and talk about a few different things when it comes to painting. And let's see if I can get organized here.
What color is that spill right there?
I don't know what the color spill is, but over there. And so I like to move around. I'm a move around kind of guy. So why are there so many whites?
Why are they not in color?
Well, we'll get to the questions part, and we'll address that. See, I told you. Hey, listen. Turn the camera. Oh, turn the camera.
I got it.
So anyway, you know, during this last 4 years, during the recession, you know, we had a cash cow, and that was following around contractors that were remodeling homes, and you know that cash cow kind of died. So we've had to, you know, kind of reinvent ourselves. And one of the avenues is one of our members, Kim at BC Flooring. He does a lot of work for hospitals. And we've been doing a lot of work in the hospital down here at St. Mary's in Long Beach. And we painted labor and delivery. You can't hear me? You can't hear me. Okay, well then move up a little bit. There's a seat right here, young lady. How about everybody else besides Sheila? Can you hear me? So anyway, we painted labor and delivery, and we've had to kind of get behind this whole safety program. At one site, we had a soffit on the exterior of the place that would look like Swiss cheese, and we had to tear that all out. And we don't like doing a lot of wood repair, but you know, Ken's been, you know, encouraging me to just go ahead and take that kind of stuff on. So we tore all this stuff out, and we rebuilt it, and we painted it all up, and it came out really, really cool. Mark Holmes had his exterior of his house, and then he asked me if I could do some other repairs, and he pointed out some woodwork, you know, some window trims, and we could do those okay. But then he had this really neat looking garden bay window thing right there at the kitchen. And he said that it leaked every time for how long?
About 2 years.
About 2 years, and it had some flimsy tape up there and everything. So anyway, I asked the guys if they could do that, and they said, yeah, sure, Mr. John, we can do that. And so I get over there, and they've got like this whole giant window off, you know, set over here. And then there it is, Mrs. Holmes' kitchen, just God and country and clouds over here. And well, anyway, long story short, what happened at the end of that repair was these last few rains.
It doesn't leak anymore.
Is that cool? That's really cool. So anyway, we've taken on some different things, so you might want to think about that. You can go ahead and, you know, tip us and be confident that we're going to get the job done correctly. And I remember when that rain came, I was like, boy, I sure hope that window doesn't leak.
That's really important because in the bay window, when the water comes down, it's just like a waterfall. I mean, if there's any leak at all in it, it comes right through. So they did a great job.
So, you know, and you know that we work with Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, we work with the contractors, we work with facility managers. But what's new in painting is that they've come out with this whole, on the first page of your handout is this recycling program that you can go ahead and take, you know, your paint that you haven't used, and I know that everybody has probably 12 gallons in their garage or underneath the sink or in the laundry room. Those are the three places that we normally, I don't think I have any paint of the same color. Well, let's go take a look. Garage, you know, laundry room, and I don't know what the other one was, but you can take your paint now and go down to Vista or Dunn Edwards and turn it in, and they'll take it and get it recycled, and it's pretty cool. The downside is that we're all paying for it. For less than a gallon, a quart is 35 cents, 75 cents for a gallon, and $1.60 for 5 gallons, or up to 5 gallons. But it's a small, it's not bad. It's kind of neat that that we kind of come together instead of having it mandated from a federal level. you know, there's another thing that's kind of neat is there are these little samples, and I don't know, I think on my showboat, I talked about the samples, and here, take a pen. You want it when you're thinking about getting a color for your project. It's always better to go ahead, instead of taking it, unless you're really trained and really good at it, like these interior designers can do, or color analysts, is to get some of the color that you want, and now you don't have to buy a quart. And so this is like $5, and you can go ahead and put it up and take a look at it, because it always looks a little different than the chip to me. Now there's some people that can't look at the chip and they know and they're really confident about it, but 90% of us know. And me included. You know, we're applicators, we can prep it, we can get it ready, but when it comes like to the right color, you know, I look at those chips and they say, what do you think? I think we should get samples. And get 3. You know, you get 3 of them, and so then you got an idea, and then you get a little bit of a learning curve where you saw it and you went, oh, I see what that sample looks like, and that's how it came out. And so then when you go back, you can take a look at that. I got 2 minutes, I got to haul ass. Okay, so anyway, excuse me. On to lead, okay? Lead has been in paint, you know, up until 1976. And they don't put lead in paint anymore, and they've been reducing that point from about 1920 all the way up to, I don't know, it's just been less and less and less and less lead. But, you know, you can, the bad thing about lead is that for children, it can, you know, it affects their mental development. And you might have a lower IQ score if you're exposed to large amounts of lead. And one of the sources of lead has been paint, and it's when, you know, you're sanding and it disperses or chips, or they eat it or they ingest it. But we have this article here from Mother Jones, and it's about lead and violent crimes. And I just think it was really neat on this second page of that. It says right here, the biggest source of lead in the post-war era, it turns out it wasn't paint, it was leaded gasoline. Wow, is that kind of interesting? I never heard about that, and it speaks to like how strong the lobby is of the oil companies, I guess. I mean, I never even thought about that. So there's lots of lead out there, but they haven't done that anywhere. But now there is a lead safe practices for painting, and you have to take a certificate course in it, and if we go to a site and we test it for lead and there's lead, we have the certificate that allows us to work on site there. So we are EPA approved lead safe practice painters. So we can go ahead. I'm almost there here, but I just want to say the last page here is there was a study that paint fumes are an aphrodisiac, and so it is Valentine's Day, and I don't like get out a bunch of paint and start painting. It's kind of like perfume. You know, you want to open. Yeah, you can open up that little sample wherever it went. You can open up that little sample and just kind of put it, and don't put it in the main bathroom. Put it like in the kitchen and just kind of let it waffle through, and then close it up. You know, and this is for guys and gals, you know, I mean, I don't know. And then when they come home, they're like, oh, you started the painting. And you're like, yeah, I'm just getting around to it. And we'll just have to see how it goes. I appreciate everything Lay Tip has done for me over the past bazillion years, and all the tips I've gotten from it. And if you do have any questions, I can take them at this time.
John, we need the power part. Saying, paint, cut diamonds, walk into the room with fresh paint. That's a no-brainer.
Slam dunk.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for your time.